So, this leads me to my next shoot, the next picture. A designer sent me a pair of size 13 Caitlin Lovin high heels. What his mission was is, Tony Duran, I want to shoot these on men, a bunch of naked men. Now, are you up for it or you're not? It's going to be my advertising campaign. And I'm like, how can I turn that down? I was like, that sounds like a challenge, sounds fun. Where are we getting the guys? And he's like, you can get people to do it. And I'm like, why am I getting them to do it? And so ultimately I had a casting and these guys showed up, and here's what is incredibly interesting about what I think I do or the jobs I do. I would have thought I would have had to beg, pay a fortune to get men to wear these heels. They were lined up. Half the people flew themselves from New York to come do it. The other half came to a casting, danced in the heels, did anything, would love to be on this shoot. So ultimately I ended up with maybe 10 or 12 guys. We went to an empty warehouse in the middle of nowhere, downtown LA. On the way to downtown LA, we saw a giant Trojan horse that was at a outdoor thrift market-y kind of place that was like a 9-foot tall Trojan horse. I have to have that, so let's get a trailer and haul the Trojan horse to the warehouse where the 12 naked men are going to be in high heels. So that was the first shot of the day of them bringing the Trojan horse. So I gave them a bit of masculinity, a bit of Brad Pitt, Troy, Helen of Troy. I said things like that to kind of tie him into, this is very masculine, this is Roman, this is whatever you said earlier, mythology. Mythological. And I played that. But then I proceeded, for the first shot of the day, to put one of the guys underneath the trailer with his ass in the air and is kicking his heel up and saying, this is the first shot of the day. But they all went with it, and we spent a day in, after just putting those on, which is about the first time I put those on, I now kind of should rot in hell because I made people kickbox in those. They did high kicks, kickboxing, boxing, running, and I'm like, if a 14-year-old female model can run in those heels, so can you. I can't even put the weight of them on the ground. But what we did is these guys really owned every second of this shoot, and there isn't any hint of homoeroticness that is manipulated or meant to be. These were actually athletic guys that it almost became a competition to see who can do the most in these and who can be the most physical and who can get the best picture out of it. So it was a never-ending supply of pictures, and it's something I'm so proud of to this day. And Brian, the designer, ended up throwing a party in LA, threw one in New York. In LA, Melissa McCarthy hosted it. In New York, it was a really cool event. And everybody lined up to see this, and he made this amazing kind of book magazine wrapped in red plastic. And it's now a collector's item. And it was all from a one-day shoot in a warehouse of these guys just kind of playing around with their things. In the shoot, there was a ton of water, lots of spray downs, lots of wet, but the actual picture we picked was something super simple because I was like, I just want to get you all lined up and do something like you would do for a catalog, but just lining up and being the best you, but you're naked in heels. And they did, and it is just kind of an iconic classic shot. No water involved because there was these electric lights below them, so that's the one time I didn't spray them down. So yeah, we had to forego the water, but I do love the shot, so it's part of the museum. And I want to shock the people, Winona.